Here you see an example of several different ways to display your items. For example, you can see that I have put all of my state symbols on one platform or on one display area, and that it includes three-dimensional items as well as flat pictures. Over here you see a map where I included the information that we gathered in the title, or actually a sentence, about where our state is located. Let's take a look at our display templates. You can see they're grouped because we wanted to make them easy to move around and such. When I'm editing, I'm going to need to ungroup in order to change the text, but I don't need to ungroup unless I'm going to change my text. And you'll probably want to group everything again when you have finished your exhibit to make moving your different displays around easily. So to ungroup, I'm going to click on the entire display because one click selects it all, and then I'm going to right click, and you'll see I have the option ungroup. Now I find that sometimes it takes a few seconds for it to ungroup, although it looks like it may have gotten it this time. There, maybe. Yep, you can see it just takes a few moments. So don't panic if you try to do it right away and it doesn't show that it's ungrouped. Notice on our signs that there's sort of two parts to our sign. Our text, actually. If you click on a blank part of the background, you just get the whole thing. If you click right on the words, you'll see there's a text box. I also like to make my text box bigger so that I know everything is going to fill my text area as well as possible. So I'm going to click right on the letters to get my text box. Now, when I right click on it, you can see I have the option here to modify the text. So I'm going to click on that, and you can see we can adjust the size and what it says. Now I'm ready to give this a title. I'm going to use this for one of my state symbols. So I'm going to call this State Mammal Gray Squirrel. Notice I'm using capital letters because this is a title. Be very aware of what you are writing. If it's a full sentence, make sure you have capital letters and punctuation appropriately. Because this is just a label or like a title, I'm putting capital letters on each of the main words. When I'm done, I click the X. I'm going to see what it looks like. Now, I'm not too fond of that. So I can try a few things like stretching my box. I don't really like the way that looks either. I could always make my sign bigger, but I can also put it on 2 lines. Sometimes that's better. So I'm going to press return. I'm going to see what that looks like. I think I like that better. Notice here I have these little platforms. When I put my turkey down here, I added a shape, colored it green, and then added in some grass to give it the look of a museum display. A turkey merely standing on the base would look a little odd. At the very least, it should have something underneath it. But I added a little extra to make it look realistic. When you are using the three-dimensional shapes, you probably want to put them on a platform. Things to remember when starting. Consider how you will display your items in a way that makes sense, whether it's grouping all of your state symbols on one large display or putting all of your state symbols on individual displays, but having them in an area together so that each of the state symbol displays is next to the other. That all makes sense. You might adjust your sizes so that your displays look full and complete. And when using three-dimensional shapes, you might, or probably, will want to add something, whether it's to create a scene or just a little platform.